And so I'm very, very happy to meet with you, Barbara, and thank you for joining this group. And I wanted to take some tips from your wisdom because I've been following you, thanks God, through Catherine B. Roy,
Uh-huh.
and I'm so happy that we have e-meet.
Yeah.
So I'd like to know how could you help me or people like me to start living the life of our dreams?
Okay, for a starter, there are some very crucial things. And it is to have some kind of purpose in life, a direction. So people who are already quite connected with, you could say, their soul, with who they are, they have a kind of vision or direction they want to go to. They have like a dream or a vision, and then I help to develop them, you know, like goal setting, identifying their values, and see what is still holding them back. At the contrary, if I'm working with people, you could say, who have so much been conditioned to our culture, so much lived up to the expectations of others that they are completely disconnected, and they say, well, Barbara, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know where to start. But I feel like the life that I have now is not the life that I want. So that's two very different scenarios.
Yeah.
If people know they have a big dream, and they need someone to support, to motivate, and help them go through their blocks, that's one part. The other part is people who are like clueless, and then we have to dive in the inner work first and see, like, what is it? Where is your joy? Where would you allow? It's a lot of allowing, people allowing themselves to be natural who they are.
Wow.
And once we go into that connection, we can go to phase two, which is like, what is the big dream? And it's really, I learned everything. Of course, I did all the coaching certification courses, but I learned most through my personal experience.
Mhm.
Because, as you know, I was diagnosed with a stage 4
Yes.
skin cancer at 32. And being told that I had 6 more months to live at 32, it made me think, like, am I happy at 32 with the legacy that I would be leaving? And the answer was no, I was not happy, because until 32, I was running since 5 years a construction business, mom of 3 little children, married, but I have lived up to the expectations of others.
Oh, Barbara.
I had made unconscious choices, you know, like just following the pattern that everybody
Yeah.
follows without thinking too much. So being faced with that, it made me think so deeply, like, what is it that I want? What is it that I
Wow.
truly, truly want? And it's like something that grows, you know, like you plant that seed and it grows. And my biggest dream was to empower millions of people. But I was there, you know, like at 32, running a construction business,
Yes.
having no clue, like, oh my God, you know, like, this is impossible. How can I empower? And I knew I was born as a coach, you could say. I had been doing it naturally for everybody around me.
Yes,
So,
I can tell.
uh,
I can
so
tell.
what you are, maybe you love to cook, but you are an accountant, but you love to cook and your passion is for cooking. But you did accountancy because your parents told you, well, you have to find a proper job. You are intelligent enough to become, you know, like accountant is just a random example.
Yes, yes.
Maybe that fire is still burning. So ask yourself that. If I'm 80 years old and I look back at my life, would I have regretted to not go for my passion as a cook? Would I have regretted it or not? I think that's a very important, you could say, exercise to do for yourself.
Yes, excellent. And it's just like every time every Monday I read your Motivation Monday, and it's
Yes.
like a bell ringing on my head, like being a mom at 32, having 2 kids, living what not mainly what other people will tell me to do, but going into that direction of having a family, having a job, and doing what
Yes,
it's required to do. Sometimes you feel like you're living for other people and you're not completely happy with your choices.
absolutely. And
So
especially, I
wonderful.
think women are molded since childhood to live for others.
Yes.
We have the natural female energy is one of caring, which we have naturally, which is wonderful. You know, like we save the world. I think the caring energy is saving the world. And, you know, some men have that too. So we can call it female energy, but men carry that energy too.
Yes.
But being like pushed in that role as a girl, as a woman, like you have to care, you have to be there, you have to be there unconditionally, um, puts us like, you know, like in a kind of prison,
Mm-hmm.
which we have to break free from. And I had I had to make some tough choices and grow in that, because, you know, like the first
Yes.
time you say I took yoga classes and I was not home at Monday night. I had been, you know, like until 32, even 35, I had been seven days out of 7, 24 hours of 24, been there for my husband, the
Oh, yeah.
business, and my kids. So first time I take yoga class,
Mm.
disaster. Everybody in panic.
I
Mom,
can imagine.
Mom, you're not home on Monday. So they were like, let's say 10 years old, 9 years old, and 7 years old. You're not home. What are we going to do? So break through that guilt. Breaking through that
Oh,
guilt in the
yeah.
beginning is really, really important. Like, you deserve it. You deserve an hour for yourself. You deserve 2 hours for yourself. And it
Absolutely.
doesn't make you a less wonderful mom. But I had to learn that. And gradually, as they grew up, of course, now they are 21, 19, and 17.
Amazing.
It